so many curvatures and bends to them. This tubing, I swear, is just, I have not found a bad stick, and I've got 500 pounds of this stuff, you know? So this, I think, will be the future. What I'm not looking forward to is taking something like this, and with now, instead of hot dogs, I got cocktail readers to make what they want ever larger. But I think what I envision is you can just crush this into a color. Because it works almost like a soft glass, right? So why flame work? You can crush it as a cullet, work it on the end of the pipe, and not have all of this wonderment about the fire chemistry that's involved in it, and make in an hour what would take me a week to put together. So this could be promising. So I want you to see this. Now, I don't want to get in a lot of fabrication. I'm tired. I've been working a lot, but we'll just go through this. And it's propane. I don't like propane.
I'm sorry. I have hydrogen.
You know, it's like finding brown M&Ms. So, we're just going to warm this up. And you're going to see the difference in the color, the amount of sodium I get off of this. Pretty quickly compared to this. This is the other aluminum silicate. And it just stays clear. I'm telling you, it's a delight to work with. And it just holds this plastic rate pretty long. Yeah. Now this is just like, it goes from being really loose to, you know, like you've been blowing party balloons all day. You know, you can't even get all blown out. But I just wanted to quickly show you again what that looks like. And now, I mean, if that was any other glass, it would just be bubble wrap. So, now this is probably the toughest glass. It's the 1720. All right, because again, it wants to bubble up on you. There's something about the matrix in here where some of the other elements go into phase into a gas state before the rest of the glass is ready. And it can just be a site where bubbles start to nucleate. Every time I just try to show that, they don't appear. Every time I try to avoid it, they appear. So we'll just see. Let's just take, do we have a glass knife? I'm going to maybe join these two pieces together. And I'm going to try not to make bubbles. In case it's listening. And I've got a cork here. This might work. Nah. Yeah, I usually have too big or too small. This looks promising. Sweet. Okay. So, gosh. earbuds. Okay. You will need to filter out some of the sodium in here. It's not as intense as Pyrex or the 2345 hourglass. So I'll just it's kind of a, I don't know, kind of a funky color to the flame too on there. Yep. All right, I got bubbles. See? Oh yeah. And where it's going to happen is on the corner, that edge, right? Because that's going to get so much hotter. That little edge corner is going to get so much hotter than the bulb there. So whenever we do seals like that, we actually have to create bubble traps because we need that thin feathering there to make a clean seal. Now,
Some
what
people
gets?
may not know what you
I'm
mean.
sorry?
Some people may not know what you mean by bubble wrap.
Well, you can explain it. One man's garbage is another man's garbage, or woman's pleasure. Anyway, bubble traps is when you just need a hole, right? So I come here, I'm going to make a hole here, right? And rather than pick it out, I'm going to come here and see again, I use this magic fire here because I can keep this preheated, right? If I just come in there with this little fire there, that glass is just going to bubble up on it, trust me. But if I come here, I can be just outside of that really sharp flame. See? And I see the glass start to get color. And you can make bubble traps.
Actually, I have a really great video of Vittorio Constantini making bubble trash like crazy, and then his wife comes around with a vacuum and it's beautiful. If anybody wants to see that later, I'll show you.
But this is one way, I mean, I know everybody hates bubble trash, but this is one way to have almost leak-free seal, is because of this. A lot of times if you heat it or pop it, you'll get something what we call a quartz lamp, right? Where you get that glass so hot that you burnt out everything but silicone. And you'll see this bright little spot. And no matter what you do, how much you heat it, it just will not melt to any other part of the glass because you actually have like a little dot of quartz. You've gotten rid of all the flux. It's gone into air, and now it's resting in your glass. You can pick that away, but sometimes you'll just get a whole line if you do fire cuts on some of these things. So we were always taught to pop out the holes and then just crack them off. Yeah. We were also burning asbestos. So, Papa don't preach. Now, this is where this fire is just, again, I don't want to brag, but it's genius. Because you can come here and then make a T-seal. And just be in this fire all the time, right? And it's enveloping it.
Maybe about 5 minutes.
What's that?
About 5 more minutes.
Oh, I'm ready now. Any questions, folks? Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let me just do a quick stick seal. I'll come back here. And again, this is just a knife cut here. But you know, those at home who have to use propane, you have my deepest sympathy. There is this thing called a methane collector. You can plug it into your house, and it will collect and pressurize methane up to 300 pounds. And you don't want propane in your house. It's heavier than air. You get a leak and you're venting everything out, you're cooling up all your propane. So I would urge you keep your propane somewhere else if you can. So see, this is where I need venting. All I'm getting is candles here.
So, yeah, you said you tried this with hydrogen once?
Yeah, you can do hydrogen, but hydrogen is just a pain in the neck. This cannon needle well with Pyrex. You know, I mean, this way here, not asking much to have methane. But another way to work this, and you're right, is hydrogen. Because hydrogen is like one of the best reducing fires there's around. But you know, hydrogen, you go through like 3 tanks of hydrogen for 1 tank of oxygen.
Right.
You know? Methane, you go through 1 tank for every 2 tanks of oxygen. Propane, you can do a lot of hamburgers. My opinion.
I just think hydrogen's a little different.
But you see, I'm getting this nice kind of glowing fire, and I'm not really in an oxygen fire. And then I can come here. Oh, this is just so sad. And what you want to do is work this needle fire as close without touching as possible. See? And then up, then back down. Okay, so I have this side. Now I'm going to go without it. You got a left-handed torch here, don't you?
So Gordon Good, who designed this lab, was left-handed. So everything's left-handed. He was a president of the ASGS back in the 50s.
Well, I was a president. Who wasn't?
Right.
We all got in a clown car. No, we do all, the ASGS does a lot of good things, so I'm just false modesty there. But we could always use newer people. Yeah, see, it just won't bubble up on me. But again, you just get the idea of it. So, yeah, everybody's watching me do a T-seal. He's good. But yeah, any questions? Thank you all.